When my fella's home, I eat pretty well because he's a great chef and a bit of a vegetable pusher. But when he's on tour and I'm home alone, it's a bit trickier, as I don't have the time or energy to slave over a stove. I'm not saying I'd be a cordon bleu chef if I was well, but I definitely rely a bit less on the 3-minute noodles. Some days I muster the energy to cook. The prospect of mashed potato is an amazing motivator, but then I'll bring a chair in to sit by the hobs, as standing is one of the hardest things for me. My brain fog has provided kitchen-based weirdness too. Once I put my bank pin code into the microwave. Yeah, I know. Another time I was found rooting through the bin when my intention was to go to the kitchen to make lunch. What's that about? If you're at the level where you can attempt to work a bit but your body requires you to stay in bed, your duvet cover essentially becomes your desk, office supply cupboard, artist studio, editing suite. Look at mine. I've even got a scanner on there. And some chewy sweets. You caught me. Guilty. By the way, I'm more than likely to end up sleeping with all this stuff too, because I'll be too tired to pack it away at the end of the working day. Now, if you've mustered the energy to go to work or leave the house, you'll likely come back exhausted. You won't want to waste any time getting into bed, so your floor will become the resting place of your bag, your coat, your outfit. That's even if you can bring yourself to get undressed. I often sleep in my clothes. One holiday I passed out in my dress and heels, and my poor friend who was sharing the bed with me woke up to my boob, which had flopped out of my dress. Surprising fact, we're still mates. So days may go by and you're wearing the same outfit. I know, it's a sin as a blogger. After all, if you're not leaving the house, why would you bother, you think to yourself. You don't care that you're starting to marinate in your own sweat. People you live with might though. In my case, they occasionally say that I'm starting to whiff of cumin. I argue that cumin's delicious, but whatever. So if you have to put an end to your fermenting process, you try and shower, but then remember that showering makes you lightheaded and faint. You might decide that a bath is safer, so you use your beloved Epsom salts to ease the aches and pains while you slosh about in your own dirt. I am lucky to have a handle in my bath so I can wash my hair in the water and lift myself out of the bath afterwards. Next is probably the most daunting task for me, and probably the reason I don't wash enough: drying my hair. I've had it cut recently to make it less of a boob ache, but it's definitely still demanding on my arms, which have very little strength in them. Look how weedy they are. Whenever I hold my arms above my head for an extended amount of time, I tend to get a bit woozy too. Anyone else get that? Because of the extended amount of time in bed and lack of grooming, I've usually got a matted area of hair that needs tackling too, which makes the experience even more annoying and lengthy. But I love those accidental dreads. Recently I've started sneezing whenever I wash my hair, and allergies are another weird symptom of chronic fatigue syndrome, and I have an abundance, but they're ever changing and growing in numbers, so it's hard to decipher what's doing what to my body. My sneezing has become relentless, and it's made Si ecstatic to leave for tour. Joke. Well, I'm half joking. He actually couldn't wait to leave. But it's not just sneezing, it's itchy bumps, it's breakouts, it's heat-style rashes and violent IBS attacks. And none of these make leaving the house a less stressful prospect. By the way, running to the loo when you feel that contraction in your bumhole and that feeling of the stomach reacting like those drop rides at Disneyland, not so easy with seized up joints and flailing energy. At least these days we have more than just daytime TV to occupy us when we're stuck in bed, with the likes of Netflix and Amazon to entertain us. But your partner will get annoyed when you flip through all the box sets you were meant to watch together. You can't help but feel guilty knowing that we're constantly being told that watching TV, playing computer games and looking at screens of any type is really bad for us. But then what are we going to do when we're stuck inside? Nighttime should be our time. Tired people are going to sleep amazingly, right? Sadly not. Although exhausted and in dire need of sleep, I struggle to get to sleep, waking up numerous times or not sleeping at all. Part of me thinks it doesn't even matter, because even after 11 hours of sleep, I never feel refreshed. Despite the fact you have no money because you can't work properly, you may find yourself tempted by online shopping. I bought something from Amazon the other day and it turned up in a million parts. My brain was completely unable to handle the instructions. So it still sat in those many parts and probably will till the end of time. Then there's the loneliness. If you can't work properly, you don't have those office catch-ups over the coffee machine. In fact, you may not see friends or other people for a long period of time. You may be embarrassed to let them see your messy home. You may be embarrassed to let them see your messy appearance. You may just feel like you don't have much to offer as a friend anymore because this illness has taken away all of your confidence. You may be unable to travel to see your mates, and they may not have the time or the inclination to come and visit you. Just because you need to nap during the day, it doesn't mean the rest of the house are going to behave as if it's sleepy time. In fact, they may love to talk very loudly right outside your bedroom. But having the house to yourself isn't that great either. I once got stuck face down on my bed for a few hours, unable to get up because my back was so stiff and I didn't have the energy to pull myself up. Sad. Finally, bedsores. I've got a right cute one on my butt cheek right now. What can we do about these guys? Help! See you in the next episode, guys. Hang in there. Love you.